Many sultans, kings, padishahs reigned the realms and the empires. Nobody remembers many of them except historians and fanciers. And some of are engraved in memory. They went down in history with their visions, wits, hearts, and works. Abdulhamid Han is such a sultan. Istanbul Archeological Museum, in which more than 1 million valuable works are exhibited, is one of the most prestigious museums. Being visited by hundreds of thousands of people every year, the museum houses very precious works brought from all Ottoman geography, from the Balkans to Anatolia, from Africa to the Arabian Peninsula and Mesopotamia. This unique museum, which is accepted as one of the most important cultural assets of our country today, is one of the most important works of Abdulhamid Han, who is also an artist. Sultan Abdulhamid has been interested in many branches of art since he was a lineage. At the same time, he is a master carpenter. He is a true artist in the field of carving and marquetry. He bestows some of his furniture and woodworks to the heads of state of other countries. There are very special and distinguished designs according to the aesthetic understanding of the period. Of course, the Sultan's interest in art is not limited to only producing works of art. He is also the protector of art and the artist.
Osmanlı dünyasında padişahlar şehzadelik yıllarından itibaren çeşitli alanlarda kendilerini geliştirmiştir. Bu geliştirilen alanlar içerisinde özellikle takı tasarım, hat sanatı ve marangozluk ön plana çıkmaktadır. Sultan II. Abdülhamit döneminde de yine Sultan Yıldız Sarayı'nda inşa ettirdiği marangozhane ve tamirhane-i Hümayun adlı birimlerde çeşitli ahşap eserler ortaya çıkmasına vesile olmuştur. Yıldız Hamidiye Camii'nin Hünkâr Kasrı'nda harime bakan kafesler, Süleymaniye yazma eserlerinde bulunan ahşap dolaplar ve Darülceze'de bulunan müdürlük binasındaki ahşap masa Sultan II. Abdülhamit'e ithaf edilen bazı eserlerden birkaçıdır. Günümüzde Avrupa müzayedelerinde halen Sultan II. Abdülhamit'e ithaf edilen bazı ahşap eserler oldukça yüksek fiyatta alıcı bulmaktadır.
Various sultans gave importance to preserving artworks. Curiosity in historical artifacts in Ottoman dates back to the era of Fatih. However, as we know today, systematically museology begins with the establishment of the Müze-i Hümayun, that is the Imperial Museum, in 1869. Before that period, works of art had been preserved in Hagia Arene. Sultan Abdulhamid restores the tiled kiosk and opens it as a museum. Our museology really starts then. As we said, Abdulhamid is also a great patron of art besides his artistry. He attaches great importance to the transfer of artistic and historical works to the next generations. His appointment of Osman Hamdi Bey, one of the most important painters and archaeologists of the period, to the head of the Müze-i Hümayun, and his assignment to carry out excavations in historical cities in the Ottoman geography are among the biggest indicators of this. Osman Hamdi Bey, aware of his duty, carried out important excavations such as Nimrud Mountain in Adiyaman and Saida in Lebanon throughout the 1880s unrestingly. He brings hundreds of precious works to the light. the Phoenician king's sarcophagi and the Alexander sarcophagus, which he unearthed during the Seda excavations, are among the most important works that have come to light.
İlk Türk arkeoloğu olarak bilinen Osman Hamdi Bey'in 1887 yılı içerisinde Sidon kazılarında bulmuş olduğu İskender lahti, dünyanın bilinen en büyük lahtidir. Lahtin üzerinde bulunan figürler İskender'le alakalı olduğu için İskender lahti olarak tanımlanmış ama esasen Sidon kralı Abdolonimos'a ait olan bir lahittir. Osman Hamdi Bey yalnızca bulduğu eserlerle değil, ülkemizdeki tarihi eserlerin kaçırılmasına engel olmasıyla ve özellikle müzeciliği geliştirmesiyle de tarihsel bir kişilik olarak karşımıza çıkmaktadır.
The works unearthed by Osman Hamdi Bey from all over the Ottoman geography are brought to Payitaht, Istanbul. Sultan Abdulhamid welcomes each work with a different enthusiasm. Thousands of works such as the Crying Women tomb and Lycian sarcophagus, along with the Alexander sarcophagus and Phoenician king sarcophagi, which Osman Hamdi Bey uncovered through long years of work, begin to be exhibited in the Müze-i Hümayun.
Özellikle Sultan II. Abdülhamit döneminde hem Anadolu coğrafyasında hem de Kuzey Afrika ve diğer bölgelerde yapılan arkeolojik çalışmalar sonucunda ortaya çıkarılan eserler başkent İstanbul'a getirilmiştir.
Sultan is well aware of both the value of these works and how important it is to preserve and pass them on to future generations. Even though the state has other problems, it does not hesitate to instruct the construction of a new museum building. Osman Hamdi Bey, who received the instruction, commissioned the famous architect of the period, Alexandre Valuri, for the construction of the museum building. Valuri, inspired by the shape of the sarcophagi found by Osman Hamdi Bey, completes the colossal building in a short period of 1 year, together with its magnificent entrance door. The museum, with the signature of Sultan Abdulhamid above the entrance door, opens on June 13, 1891.
19. yüzyılda devletler dünya arenasında en önemli faaliyetlerden birisi olarak müzecilik faaliyetlerini ortaya koymuşlardır. Sultan II. Abdülhamid'in 1863 Mısır seyahati ve 1867 Avrupa seyahatinde görmüş olduğu müzeler dikkatini çekmiş ve 1876 tarihinde tahta çıktığında müzecilik noktasında bazı adımlar atarak devletini modern devletler statüsüne sokmak istemiştir. Osman Hamdi Bey'in Sidon'da yapmış olduğu arkeolojik kazılar ve elde etmiş olduğu bulgular Avrupa kamuoyunca yakından takip edilmiş, Paris'te aylık olarak kamuoyuna tanıtılmıştır.
Like many art lovers and statesmen in Europe, Wilhelm II hears the beauty of the Phoenician sarcophagi, especially the Alexander sarcophagus, on display in the new museum, because there is nothing like this work on earth. For this reason, he decides to come to Istanbul by organizing an official trip without wasting time. At that time, the Ottoman diplomatic relations with the Germans were going well. The German emperor also knows that Abdulhamid Han cared for relations with Germany. For this reason, during the trip to Archaeological Museum, he plans to ask Abdulhamid Han to present the Alexander sarcophagus to the German people, based on the friendship of the Turkish and German people. When Wilhelm comes to Istanbul, he wants to complete the official contacts as soon as possible and go to the Archaeology Museum with insistence and impatience. The two rulers visit the museum together. Wilhelm is literally fascinated by the beauty of all the works he sees, but his mind is on the Alexander sarcophagus. Knowing the interest of Wilhelm II in historical artifacts and predicting that he would ask for the Alexander sarcophagus from Sultan Abdulhamid, Osman Hamdi Bey has already taken the precaution. Arriving in front of the sarcophagus hall to see the Alexander sarcophagus, Wilhelm encounters a construction pier at the entrance to the gate. Osman Hamdi Bey says that there is a renovation in this section. Wilhelm's plan is futile and the priceless work remains where it belongs. Together with the Alexander sarcophagus, which Osman Hamdi Bey wisely claimed, dozens of unique artifacts, such as the tablet on which the Kadesh Peace Agreement, the oldest written agreement in the world, were engraved, and the brick reliefs of the Ishtar Gate of the city of Babylon continue to be exhibited in the Archaeological Museum today. We owe this museum and its unique works to the efforts of an artist and patron of arts, an artist and archaeologist, Osman Hamdi Bey, who shared the same vision as him. We said at the beginning, most of the sultans have been erased from history and our memories. Some of them were engraved in the memories with their wits, hearts, and works. The great Sultan Abdulhamid Han, on the other hand, lives with his works and legacy. Many more generations will be inspired by this legacy and will prepare for the future. Mercy to Sultan Abdulhamid